Hello everyone, welcome to today's geography sharing section. I'm Kelly, your tutor that would help you to understand some important essay writing skills during this section. To begin with, I would like to give you an overview about essays in the exam paper. For SL and HL student, since both you need to finish paper 2, therefore, you will have to finish like one 10-mark essay, and the content, the length, the requirement will be the same. As since paper 2, in terms of paper 2, everything it's the same for SL and HL student. There won't be any variation, so no worry about it. And then for paper 3, that's something only for HL students, and you will need to finish one 12-mark essay and then another one 16-mark essay. Just that one thing that you need to pay attention to. In that paper, you have only 60 minutes to handle 2 longer essays. So time management is very important, and make sure that you can practice writing fast, writing rapidly, and also you can interpret the questions accurately with a sound essay plan given the short amounts of time you have to handle the essay. And then for paper 1, for both SL and HL student, that you will pick the options that are being taught at school. And for HL students, you will have 3 options to finish. Therefore, you have one more essay to handle, in total 3, one more than the SL students. And for SL student, you only have 2. And the total mark is the same as paper 2. Both groups of students, each essay would be carrying 10 marks. Okay, just that for each option, the total marks are 20 marks. So one essay accounts for 50% of the total mark, and that would be quite demanding. And therefore, essay writing skill is really important for actually both SL and also SHL students. So that's the overview of essays in the IB Geography paper. So next, here we have the marking criteria introduced in this slide. And we got 4 big categories to take notes. One is AO1, and then the other is AO2, and AO3, and also AO4. So for AO1 and 2, you can see they are something combined and will marked in conjunction. What are these? For AO1, it's about knowledge and understanding of specific contents. And then for AO2, it is about application and analysis of knowledge and understanding. So what is the difference between these 2 big AOs? For AO1, the key thing is that it's about the width and depth of your understanding. That means if I'm asking you to explain the causes of climate change, for example, compared with some average students, if you are some high-performing students, you should be able to tell me that there's like 5 factors that contributes to climate change, and also among these 5 factors, there are physical and also human factors that would affect or lead to climate change. So that's what I mean by width and also depth of understanding. And the second element of that is the details of case or examples that are being used in your essay. If you can just name certain places or certain projects without explaining or giving any details, then your AO1 would be quite weak. So it's important to memorize the right thing and prepare yourself for essay in that case. And so for AO2, it's about application and analysis of knowledge and understanding, and it means to help you guys easier to understand, it actually means elaboration. Okay, elaboration. Once you talk about, for example, the causes of climate change, if you don't elaborate a little bit about how that actually take place, like, okay, we burn a fossil fuel, but how it will lead to climate change, or you just briefly link two words together without anything elaborated in great details, then your AO2 would be quite weak. Okay, so it's about elaboration, explanation, like how the points that you put forward in your essay are like relevant and also sound. So as I put here, AO2 is all about elaboration. And for that big rectangle with some bullet points that I put underneath those AOs actually captures the requirements for some good performing student. For students who can score 9 to 10 marks out of 10 marks. Based on the descriptions, you will notice that for AO1 and AO2, students are able to explain the examples, the details that are relevant to the question. So relevance and how it is linked to the question would be something about AO2. And the details that are demonstrated are given in each of the example and statistic that would be about AO1. Okay. And it's very important that if possible, please use more terminologies that you have learned in geography. Instead of describing it in some long sentences, if there is one specific term that can explain what you mean in the essay that you have learned from geography textbooks or notes, then please apply them as far as possible. Of course, you need to define those terminology. You can't just put them and then say, assuming that readers know everything. So please don't assume the readers know everything. Always remind yourself that you need to elaborate, explain the relevance, and so that your AO1 and AO2 in that column would be well performed. And for AO3, it's about synthesis and evaluations. I would say it means something that demonstrate your critical thinking. If the command word is like to what extent, then put forward a counter argument and try to show your stance whether or not it's to a large or to a small extent and like why after you put like two perspectives in your essay. Okay, so it's very important that you weigh a little bit which side is more significant or more important to demonstrate your critical thinking. So that's one thing. If the command word is not that argumentative, it's something that it's about analysis or discuss, then please share your observation. Okay, share your observation. So one key thing is that you could show your stance with some counter argument, or you may need to show your observation, whether certain patterns are true all the time, everywhere. Okay, so if you observe that, for example, climate change is more serious in some of the places or some of the regions, like coastal regions, then please give your view, share your observations, especially when the command word is something like examine or discuss, something that is not that argumentative. So that one, it's an important skill that you can that can help you secure maybe at least a 7 out of 10 mark essay. And I will explain to you later. And let's focus on another AO, which is lastly AO4. And AO4 is the most straightforward thing that you should be able to do in most of the cases. Although not everyone is a native English speaker, if your English writing is logical and your essay is structured, then your AO4 should be fine. Okay, your AO4 should be fine. As long as you can present things logically and also structure your essay well, the readers can follow your logic, can follow the points that you write, then it should be fine. Although there is a bullet telling you that map, graphs, or diagrams that can be put into your essay, this is something not necessary. Okay, it depends on time that you have. I see many essays without any diagrams or graphs. They can still score a very good mark because of uh, what they did in their essay that can demonstrate a very good AO1, AO2, and also AO3 qualities. So for AO4, the fundamental thing is about a logical essay structure. Diagrams would be something that can be regarded as a bonus. And if you have time, of course, you can do it. If you don't have time, just skip that part. Make sure that you can do very well for your AO1, 2, and also AO3. And remember that AO3 is something that could help you secure a certain level of your essay marks, and I will explain it later. So the next thing is I would do a demo question that help students understand how we can interpret the questions correctly and how we can structure our essay well. And usually, for many questions nowadays under the 2019 syllabus, there would be some statements, and that would be a paper two's essay, by the way, a 10 marker. There will be a statement, and then you will be asked to show to what extent you agree with that statement, and that would be a 10 marker. And so, first of all, don't write a lot. Okay, don't write a lot. Just a small tips here. For a 10 mark essay, usually 2 pages would be quite enough. Okay, 2 pages would be quite enough, since you don't need to write that many for a 10 mark, unlike paper 3. Okay, unlike paper 3. In paper 3 is a essay-oriented paper, while paper 1 and paper 2, the essay is indeed a short one. Okay, compared with paper 3, and you also need to save time for short questions. So again, just to remind you that do not write too much for that 10 marker. Okay, it's not worth it. You will find out that it's not worth it because time is just too limited, and make sure that you have a very good strategy to tackle all the questions within that time limit. Okay, and for paper, oh, sorry, that should be paper 2 instead of paper 1. Let me correct it here. Okay, so for paper 2, that 10 mark essay accounts for about 1/5 of your total mark in that paper. And the key thing here is as I said earlier, you will be given a statement to interpret and to handle and then to analyze. Make sure that you read through the statement. Every single component shouldn't be missed.